Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Leo January 2020 horoscope forecast part 2 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up is as far as January goes, Mars will be in Scorpio from the 1st until the 3rd. So the 4th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, well, one way this may manifest, this could be about situations with home, family members, people you're close to home with, maybe more contentious and acrimonious, more so than usual. There could be bitter arguments connected with jealousy, and guard against a vengeful, vindictive anger and actions connected with that at this time. Leo, could be a lot of energy and vitality going into digging deep into one's roots, one's ancestry at this time. And also, too, you might, it could be a period, too, where you could be really putting a lot of energy into going up beyond subterfuge and superficiality at this time with home family members, people you're close to home with, and also energy into Scorpio-like traditions. It could be something connected with astrology, occult, supernatural, recycling, things with transformation, such as rebuilding engines. It could be a time, too, where if you're unattached at this time, Leo, you may connect with a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Scorpio characteristics, and it might be someone you feel close to home with. It could be somebody that maybe perhaps will be there for you at that end or that latter part of your life, but guard against becoming perhaps a little bit angry or acerbic over who some qualities you may have at the core, such as maybe being jealous or somebody that might have a little bit more vindictive energy than you might have been cognizant of initially, or a person that might be a little bit somewhat intense, or any negative traits that could be associated with the zodiac sign Scorpio. Uh, so anyway, people, next thing up. As far as January goes, Mars will be in Sagittarius from the 3rd until the 31st. So the 5th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, this could be about putting a lot of energy and vitality into some kind of Sagittarius related fun, amusement, enjoyment. It could be something with sports, the outdoors, something athletic, or more specifically, maybe archery or target practicing, anything that could be Sagittarius related. It could be something with exploration or long distance traveling. This could also be a time too, if you're unattached at this time, Leo, you may connect with the Sagittarius Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Sagittarius traits. It might be somebody that might be for a superficial connection, but it could also be something which might be very strong love, romantic connection as well. This could be about more of a situation with lovers, children at this time, maybe a little bit more contentious and acrimonious than usual. There may be arguments connected with philosophical differences, matters pertaining to the law. It could be a lot of very outspoken and blunt energy at this time. It could be arguments over expanding horizons, perhaps not expanding them enough. And also guard against reckless, foolhardy energy in matters with gambling and speculation at this time. But could also be a lot of positive energy in taking action as far as increasing one's personal popularity at this time. So anyway, next thing up, well, Jupiter will still be in Capricorn, so the 6th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, as I've spoken about in previous videos, Jupiter could be rather paradoxical. It could be very strongly benign and benevolent, but it could also have a tendency to enlarge and expand. Now, in some cases, it may enlarge and expand limitations, restrictions, and even depressive energy and responsibilities in 6th house matters such as work, employment, one's health at this time. It could be matters with service to others or vice versa. It could be a time too where it might expand and enlarge some Capricorn related, a health related issue, such as something with the bones, the hamstrings, the knees, the joints at this time. But it could also be very fortuitous and auspicious for premeditated, planned energy in the daily routine. It could be something where or something or things that are work related, that are service related. And Jupiter in Capricorn is generally in general, I mean, it's very fortuitous and auspicious. Could be for really for career related matters, and the fact that it's in the sixth house is very good, because often our employment can be tied in with one's career, but it's also at a time too where we're looking at this as well. I mean, given that the sixth house is, I mean, you're talking about our daily, an aunt or an uncle, and it could be in some cases this could expand, enlarge a lot of, I mean, it could be, as I've talked about before, some limiting restrictive energy or even responsibilities. In this case, it could be to an aunt or to an uncle at this time, or anybody that could be sixth house related. But it's also fortuitous for being very orthodox and conventional in work related matters, sticking with the true and the tried, and perhaps at your place of employment, and even in health and fitness related matters. Whatever worked previously, it may be more auspicious for sticking to that, as far as perhaps a regimented diet or exercise program. Next thing up, Saturn will be in Capricorn still, so the sixth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, one way this may manifest, this could be about a time where you might be taking care of a sickly or debilitated aunt or uncle, someone prominent in your daily routine. It could be someone at your place of employment, someone you may be rendered service to. This could be a person, I mean, it could be something where it could be Capricorn related. And it's something such as something with the knees, the bones, the joints, the hamstrings, maybe making you feel somewhat despondent and melancholy at this time. Or even, I mean, this could also be a time too where you might find yourself dealing with more restrictions, responsibilities, limitations in work-related matters, service-related matters at this time, and matters with your health as well. It could be some kind of responsibility to a Capricorn health related issue, such as, again, some of the knees, the bones, the joints, the hamstrings, the skin, anything that could be Capricorn related. But on a positive note, though, it could also manifest in gaining more structure and discipline in the daily routine, in your dealings with an aunt or an uncle, someone you might be rendering service to. It could be a time to and also your health, in your far as your health and your fitness goes. This could be an opportune time for doing something that could be very regimented and something that involves something that's regimented as far as a diet or exercise program that you could stick with a lot of consistency at this time. Next thing up, Uranus will still be in Taurus, so the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, one way this may manifest, this could be about dealing with some unusual, stubborn, obstinate behavior from the dominant parent, which is often the father. People prominent in your career, your reputation, public image, authority figures. It might be a time too where you might be doing something Uranus related that's career, that is something Uranus like that is career oriented and related. Something, as an example, something with astrology, astronomy, something with innovation, computers, electronics, aerospace, astronomy. And there could be a lot of erratic, sporadic energy and career-related matters at this time, and dealing with a lot of unpredictability in connection with your reputation, your public image as well. And it could also be a time where, in some cases, this could be about Taurus friendships. They may be Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Taurus characteristics that might figure more prominently in your career. It could be a success in your life. It could be attaining a position of authority, your reputation, your public image, your stature in life at this time. more so than usual. Now, whether they're more to your detriment or beneficial to you, a lot of this can be predicated and dependent on aspects that are made to points in your chart. A sextile or trine, say your natal Jupiter, they may be very auspicious in these matters, but let's say an adverse aspect to your natal Saturn, it might be going the other way, and they might be a little bit more to your detriment and causing some sorrow and sadness and dejection in those areas. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. Anyway, well, next thing up, Neptune will still be in Pisces, so the 8th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, this may manifest in a number of ways. First thing, this could be about making some kind of spiritual transformation, or maybe making a major change in some kind of detox situation at this time. I mean, it could be a time as well where you might be more susceptible to deceptive energy in connection with, credit cards or insurance. It could be some kind of, you've got to be wary of succumbing to some kind of insurance fraud, credit card fraud at this time, and also avoid being deceptive and duplicitous over these matters, or even with taxes. At this time, you might be dealing with more deceptive, intimate, someone you're in an intimate or sexual relationship, maybe a little bit more deceptive and duplicitous than usual, somewhat nebulous and unclear. It may even be involved in some drinking or involved with recreational drug use at this time. Another thing too is that in some cases too, this could be like some dissipation or dissolving in connection with the libido or sexual energy at this time. And also, when you're talking about Neptune energy, it could be a time where wherever house it's at, it can show where we might be more inclined to daydreaming and fantasizing as opposed to taking action in those matters, especially if this is making an adverse aspect to your natal ascendant, sun, or Mars at this time. And it could be matters with dealing with a crisis or making a major change or transformation, a shared resources situation. You might also find that it could be about a lot of self-sacrificing energy in connection with moral, emotional, and monetary support, but at the same time you might feel on the other end that it might be dissipating or dissolving in terms of what you may be receiving in those areas. Last but not least, Pluto will be in Capricorn still, so the 6th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, I know a lot of you don't want me to say the dreaded D word, but I'm going to anyway. This could manifest in some cases of an actual or literal death of a pet, an aunt, an uncle, someone prominent in your daily routine, somebody prominent in your health life, such as someone at some fitness venue. It could also be about the transformation of your physical health at this time. It could be at the same time it could be something where you might be dealing with some Plutonian health-related matters, such as something with the pelvic area, anything that could be it could be the reproductive system, anything that could be Pluto related. And also at this time, it might be guard against power issues, power control issues at your place of employment, matters with an aunt or an uncle, or even could be somebody you might be involved in some service-related issue with. And it could also be a time where you might be overly fixated and obsessed on health, fitness-related matters at this time as well. And wherever Pluto is at in one's chart, it can show where we anticipate infallibility. So guard against expecting infallibility with an aunt or an uncle, someone prominent in your daily routine, someone you might be rendering service to, or maybe the other way around perhaps, or your place of employment at this time. So anyway, people, that will conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Leo January 2020 horoscope forecast part 2 of 2. Stay tuned next time where I'll be giving you my Virgo January 2020 horoscope forecast part 1 of 2. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.